Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are and what time you see this. My name is Catherine. I'm a business English and academic English teacher. And today I have 10 phrases or expressions, sentences that I think, well, I know because of my experience, will help you in your everyday English speaking at work. These phrases will help you to sound more polite, more professional, raise topics that are potentially difficult, have conversations that maybe require some negative feedback, but to do so in a professional, polite way. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and watch all the way to the end because I am sure that these phrases will be more than helpful. Let's start with our first one today. Would it be possible to? Would it be possible to? Now, sometimes we have to request something from someone or suggest something, and we don't want to step on other people's toes. To step on someone's toes means to get in their way or repeat what they've said previously. Maybe you have a chain of command. You don't want to assume you are higher than you are or speak over your boss. So saying, would it be possible to? It's almost like you're asking a question, but actually you're just making the suggestion. So, for example, if I wanted to say, I think we should try selling this product in another location, instead of saying that, this is my opinion and I think this, I could say, would it be possible to start selling this product in a different area, different location, different customer base? Now, what it does by using the phrase, would it be possible to, it makes it more of a suggestion that I want your opinion on. So instead of telling you what I think we should do, I'm kind of looking for your opinion, your input, your suggestion. It's a fantastic phrase to use when you are having group discussions and there are many levels of seniority in that group discussion. And you want to make a suggestion that you think will work, but you don't want to assume too much. I was once in a situation where I was the new girl on the team and I wanted to make a suggestion, but I was very aware that I was new and I didn't want to assume that I could start telling people what to do. So I used a phrase like this. I think I changed it a little. I said something like, have you tried or have you done this in the past? So you're asking about the possibility, about what they've done before. You're not assuming that you know everything, even if you know it will work. Our second phrase today is it seems to me, or it seems that. When we use phrases like would it be possible? It seems. This is a form of politeness, of softening what we want to say. So instead of saying, I see that this has gone wrong, or it's clear that this has gone wrong, this is very direct, very confrontational. It seems to me, or it seems that something has gone wrong. The blame is more on the situation itself rather than the people. It seems there's been a mistake. Not you made a mistake, but somewhere along the line, there's been a mistake. The emphasis is more on the situation rather than the people. You could use this if you have to give performance reviews, if you have your own team and you have to give feedback. Rather than saying you have not been working so hard this month, you could say, it seems as though you are uninterested this month, or you don't have as much energy this month as you did the previous month. It seems as though, it seems that, it seems to me. I might be wrong, but this is what it feels like, it seems like. It might be better to. Now, sometimes we have to disagree with people. They make a decision or a suggestion, and actually we have the information that this won't work. We know this won't work because we've tried it before, or we have more information than them. But rather than saying that won't work because, again, very confrontational, very direct, it might be better to. It might be better to. Or sometimes you could say, we might need to consider. We might need to consider. So, for example, I've suggested raising the price of whatever it is that we are creating. And we know that our customer feels comfortable with a $20 to $35 product, and I want to raise it to $40, $50. Rather than saying, no, our customer won't buy that, we could say, it might be better to keep it in the $20 to $35 range because that is what our customer is used to. Or we might need to consider our customer's budget. So rather than being confrontational, direct with that person, criticizing their suggestion, we're just raising something else we need to discuss, we need to think about before we make a decision. Sometimes we get into situations where we really don't see eye to eye. This is another expression in English which means we're not on the same page, we don't have the same ideas, we potentially are not on the right path. You think left and I think right. We don't see eye to eye. And in those situations, it's very important that we recognize the other person's opinion. But of course, we discuss rather than just argue or create a confrontation. So, this is fantastic for those situations. I completely understand, but perhaps we could. I completely understand, but perhaps we could. I completely understand you feel that we need more range in our product, but perhaps we could focus on our highest selling product first. I completely understand that the customer you're working with is very difficult, but perhaps we could remember this is a high-paying customer, so we need to do everything they request. You're recognizing that person feels that way. You're recognizing that what they're saying is not wrong. It's just there's something else we need to think about at the same time, or something else we need to do. Number 5, just to clarify. Now, this is fantastic in a variety of situations. So, for example, if I'm giving a presentation, a lot of questions have been asked that kind of draw the conversation away from what my topic is. Let's say I'm talking about budget and everyone starts talking about next year's, I don't know, recruitment process. It's so far away from what I want to talk to everyone about. So to bring the conversation back, I can say something like, just to clarify, and I can go through the points that I need to refer to. So thanks everyone for that. Just to clarify, the budget is blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. I'm going over the key points to kind of bring the conversation back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Another way you can use this is if there's a misunderstanding. If I say this product costs X amount and you're saying this product costs X amount and we don't see the same price for this product, I could say, just to clarify, the brief did state, or the customer client did state that their budget was only $1,000. Or just to clarify, this is our first client, so we need to keep the costs down so we get the reviews, we get the interest, we get the testimonials. Perhaps you're giving negative feedback to someone. You're doing a performance review on an employee and it feels like it's not going so well. They're not reacting as well as you would hope. You could say something like, just to clarify, we're very pleased with your work. These are just areas that you need to work on. So just to clarify is a fantastic way of clarifying, of identifying key points, changing the topic, bringing the topic back to what you want to talk about, or raising issues that haven't necessarily been thought about during the discussion. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but today this video does not have any adverts throughout. It will at the beginning and at the end because that's how YouTube works and I can't change that. But I didn't put any adverts throughout this video because I would like to create my own advert today. And it can be very frustrating, can't it, when you're constantly being bombarded by buy this, spend your money here, spend your money there. So no ads, but if you will bear with me for 1 or 2 minutes, I have something to share with you. Last week, I completed my English for Customer Service course on Udemy. I have been working for a long time on this course, and it is something that has been highly requested from a lot of my students and something that I have seen people need. There's not a lot of English for customer service. And if you are enjoying this video today, you've found some of these phrases helpful, you can identify situations you would need to use these phrases in at your work, you might be interested in the English for Customer Service course. It looks at dealing with difficult customers, greeting and saying goodbye to those customers, solving problems and complaints, how to upsell, how to persuade the customer, how to make sure you can turn negative feedback into a positive experience. There's a lot of vocabulary, a lot of phrases and expressions like the ones you're seeing today that will help you if you work in a customer-facing role. Secondly, my business English course, if customer service is not the industry you work in or it's too basic for you and you need something a bit more advanced, I have a business English course that I completed a while ago now. It's also on Udemy. And it focuses on negotiations, email etiquette, dealing with difficult clients or difficult situations, giving feedback to teammates, to subordinates, to bosses, managers. It deals with phrasal verbs, idioms, vocabulary for the workplace, understanding business, understanding the language used in business. Both of these courses are 50% off if you use the links that I will put in the description box of this video. The English for Customer Service one will only be $9 with the 50% off code link. So if you are interested in that, please do check it out as it will only be that price until the 4th of December 2025. If you are not interested in taking a course but think perhaps someone you know might be, feel free to send this video to them and they can also use the links in the description box. I recognize a lot of patterns with my students. They come to me because they need more vocabulary, more expressions, more ways to say what they want to say in English as they do in their native language. So if that is you, if you feel like you could benefit from a little bit of an English vocabulary boost with real life situations, some quizzes, downloadable resources, please check out those courses down below. And if you are a member of this channel, you have access to those courses for free. So you don't need to go and click on those links. Okay, thank you everyone for listening. Let's get back to our expressions for the workplace. So number 6, thank you for bringing this to my attention. Now, often we forget to thank people when we receive negative feedback because we're so focused on fixing it, okay, you've told me that I need to improve my vocabulary, as an example. Maybe my ego is a little bruised. I'm a little upset that you have said this to me. So my initial reaction is not to thank you for giving me that feedback. However, whenever we get feedback, as long as it is constructive, it's an opportunity to learn, isn't it? If we don't get feedback, we don't know where to improve. So by saying thank you for bringing this to my attention, what we're saying is, I wouldn't have known that I was making these mistakes or this problem existed if you didn't tell me. So thank you for telling me. We can use this with customers, clients, people that have had a bad experience with us, teammates, managers. If you have a performance review and it doesn't go as you expect, you get a lot of negative feedback, you could say, thank you for bringing these problems to my attention. I will go away today, think about them, and think of a way to improve or adapt, overcome these issues that you've raised today. If you get an email from a customer saying they are unhappy, of course, you can say, thank you for bringing this to my attention. We will work on it and see what we can do. Easy. Number 7, please don't hesitate to contact me if you need more information. Now, this is a fantastic way to end a phone call, a networking event, an email. Please don't hesitate to contact me. So when we say, feel free to reach out, or you've got my number, contact me if you need, that's fine. But sometimes they might not see a need to contact you. Whereas please don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you need more information. It's less of a transaction. It's less of me saying, you contact me and I'll sell you something, or you contact me and I'll give you something. We're offering our help, our assistance. If you need more information about this topic, if you need more information about this topic, please contact me. So I always say this with students, especially if they don't sign up to lessons. I always say, please don't contact me ever. I've finished. I'm not teaching anymore. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have questions or you want resources or you need some information about other English websites. Okay, it might be pushing them towards a competitor, but it shows that I am helpful, I'm willing to help them, and more than likely they will contact me in the future and say, hey, Catherine, would you be able to recommend a good flashcard app? Or would you be able to recommend a good website for English articles? It's just very friendly but professional, and it's letting them know I'm here if you need. I'll make sure that's taken care of. I'll make sure that's taken care of. This is very reassuring if there's an issue, if something's happened. Maybe you don't know how you're going to take care of it yet. But by saying, I will make sure that's taken care of, you're almost giving your promise that however I have to fix this, I will. Doesn't matter what I have to do to fix it, I will find a way to fix it. And again, this can be used with customers, this can be used with teammates. You can combine the two phrases, thank you for bringing this to my attention, I'll make sure that's taken care of. And it's an excellent way of saying, I've heard you, I understand you, and I will fix that. If you don't have the information, you don't have the answer to the question, something you can say, and I think I did a whole video on this, so I will try and tag this if I remember in editing. Sometimes when we don't have the information or the answer, we feel embarrassed, don't we? We feel like we should, and we feel like saying, I don't have that information, shows a weakness. It doesn't. You can still be confident and not have the information. So if you don't have that information, what you can say is, that's a great question. And follow it up with something like, I'll get back to you on that, or I'll find out and I'll let you know. That's a great question. I need time to think about that and I'll get back to you when I've got an answer. That's a great question. Let me think about this and I'll get back to you. It's a very confident way of showing I don't have that information, but I will find it. I will let you know. Finally today, this is very appropriate because it's the end of the video and the phrase is so, to recap. Or potentially you could say so, to summarize. So, to conclude. Any of these verbs would work. So, to recap. So, to summarize. So, to conclude. Technically, grammatically, we should just say to recap. And if we were doing written English, we wouldn't say so to recap. But in spoken English, by adding these filler words every now and again, it sounds more human. It sounds like it has more energy. And this is definitely important in the world of AI and technology. We don't want to sound like a robot. So, everyone, thanks for your time today. To recap, and then I go over the main points. So, subscribers watching this, to recap, these are 10 phrases you can use in your daily work, in your daily English speaking workplace to sound more polite and more professional. So, to summarize, everyone, see how you use it? It's at the end of a conversation, at the end of a presentation, end of a discussion, and you just go over the key points, not in a lot of detail. So to recap, the budget for next year is X. So to summarize, I want everyone working hard because on the 5th of the month, we will be launching a new website, something, campaign, product, whatever it is. Let me know down below if these were helpful for you. Don't forget to check out the courses below. If you do sign up to any of the courses, use the link in my description box because you will receive 50% off. And don't forget to review for me as well. Thank you everyone for watching today. I have a very interesting video I'm going to record now about the effect of AI and social media on language, and I'm very excited about that. So I will go and do that, but I will see all of you next week. Have a fantastic week and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.